Warning: do not try to do the following demonstration at home. It is very dangerous and was only done by trained professionals. Welcome to an energy edition of SmackDown! Now in the left corner, we know her, we love her, we learned from her, Miss Waldman! Now for the competition. In the right corner, coming in at 1 pound, dangerously sharp, came to put up a fight, the knife. Now I bring you our two competitors to hear a few words from each before the fight takes place. Miss Waldman, any words?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have enough energy to put up a fight.
Oh, knife! Any words to say back to that? Well, on to the competition between the knife and Miss Waldman. The knife will be held up to Miss Waldman's nose and released. It will have to work its way back. But first, pause the video and make your guess on who you think will win this SmackDown. Will it be Miss Waldman, who won't get harmed by the knife, or will the knife fall back and run into Miss Waldman? Make your guesses now. Whoa, that was a close one. It looks like Miss Waldman won and the knife did not have enough energy to come back. Let's watch that again in slow-mo. We now bring into the press conference Miss Waldman, the winner of the SmackDown. How do you feel about your win, Miss Waldman?
Oh, I'm pretty happy about how the fight went.
You seem pretty confident in your ability to win before the match went down. How can you explain this?
Yeah, as you can remember before, I did mention how I thought that the knife wouldn't have enough energy to win the fight. And if you didn't know this, there's actually science behind this whole idea of how I won.
What do you mean there's science? Tell us more.
Well, actually, I gotta go, but if you'd like to find out, head on over to my home office so I can tell you some more about potential and kinetic energy.
Hi students, welcome to my home office. This is where I will be sharing more important information to you outside of school. Now, we have already learned about energy in the classroom when we built our marble roller coasters. Now, I hope you enjoyed my SmackDown with the knife, but I just wanted to teach you a few more things about energy. The two words that we will be learning today is kinetic energy and potential energy. This is what was a part of the demonstration in which allowed me to win the SmackDown. So, now I have created a simplified sketch of what kinetic and potential energy are in the demonstration of the knife. So let's go look at it. First up, I wanted to show you a picture of what was happening during the SmackDown. First up, we have me, Miss Waldman, with a bright yellow smiley face on the left. I was holding the knife to my nose. The knife was tied onto a piece of yarn and secured to the ceiling. The ceiling in this picture is the blue square and the piece of yarn is the blue line. Next, I want to inform you that this is where the knife had the most potential energy. Now, what is potential energy? The definition of potential energy is the stored energy an object has because of its position or state. Now that we know what the definition of potential energy is, and that we learned in class that energy is the ability to do work, we can understand that when I let go of the knife, that it would fall. Although it was not moving yet, so it did have the potential to move, it still had energy within the object to move once I let go of it. Now, let's watch as the knife fell towards the ground. This demonstration also relies on the use of gravity. When we were studying gravity, we knew that when we let go of an object, that it would fall towards Earth. Wait! Now it's time to learn our second vocabulary word from this demonstration. It is kinetic energy. Let's look at the definition. The definition of kinetic energy is the energy an object has due to its motion. So now we know from the definition that kinetic energy is used to describe the energy that an object has while it's moving. Although in this instance we know as soon as I let go of the knife started moving, so to some extent it did have kinetic energy. But the red knife that I have shown in this example is the place that the knife had the maximum kinetic energy. Now, I want you to watch the model that I have made to show the demonstration of how the knife began to move upwards again due to the fact that it was tied to the piece of yarn. Otherwise, it would fall towards Earth and the demonstration would be done. Lastly, we have this orange knife. It is on the far right side. This knife, also similar to the black knife, has maximum potential energy. These are the two places where the knife stopped or had not started for a second. In the instance of the black knife, I had not let go of the knife yet, so it had maximum potential energy. For the orange knife, the knife had stopped for just an instant and switched direction, so it also had maximum potential energy. I hope you were able to understand kinetic energy and potential energy from this video. There's one more thing that I would like for you to keep in mind. Although I showed 3 places in my model of kinetic energy and potential energy, although the energy was happening all over the model. As soon as I let go of the knife, the potential energy was decreasing, but still happening, and the kinetic energy was increasing. But as soon as the knife entered the bottom, which was the red knife, it was maximum kinetic energy and supposedly no potential energy at all. Then, as the knife began to rise towards the orange knife, it had an increase in potential energy because it was starting to slow down. So, the kinetic energy was not as high and started to decrease. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask tomorrow or any other day in class. But just remember that potential energy can also be known as a non-moving object. And kinetic energy simply describes the moving object's energy. These are 2 more words that can help you understand the idea of energy and be successful in the activities that I'm going to ask you to do in the following days. Thank you. See you tomorrow.